one other thing I took from pulling the sword, the Ace of Swords, down, 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 down. Yeah. Down, 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 down. What's up, you guys? It's your boy Scott of Pants. I am up in the trails outside of Silverthorne, Colorado, in the National Forest, and it's a beautiful day. It was supposed to snow, and then in the afternoon it said it wasn't going to snow, so I went on a hike anyway, and now it's snowing, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It's not too cold, and the snow is not too bad yet. And the color, it sucks I'm just using my phone, but the color in the sky is really starting to look amazing with the clouds going. The snow hitting the peaks up there. It's just a beautiful day. I hiked down to this lake, Lily Lake. Just sat there for a little while and watched the storm roll in, and then, on my way back, it started snowing, and I haven't seen too many people. Saw a couple people with 2 dogs out here, and but it started snowing, and I put my my windbreaker on, and just kind of like at this little like trail junction, and I hear like this noise, and it's somebody running, and trail runner, and so I see him coming by, and he runs by, and he's going the crossway, and I'm going the other way, and neither of us stopped, but all I said was, hey, how's it going? And that phrase it's a dangerous phrase, right? You can say, hey, how's it going? And people go, or good. But his response, it caught me off guard. He said, better now that we've met. And he just kept running. And I was just like, yeah, dude, and just like smiled, and he kept going, I kept going, and like, it took me a second, and then I was just cheek to cheek grinning, laughing, and just thinking to myself, like, that is, I don't know if he realizes that, but that is deep. That is super deep. Better now that we've met. Like, let's break that down. Like, he could have said anything, like, oh, doing great, can't complain, beautiful day, but no, better now that we've met. And like that split second that the two of us met, our souls crossed paths, literally, on the trail junction. And most people would think that that's just a meaningless interaction, but that interaction just changed both of our lives. It impacted mine. Like, I'm still thinking about it, I'm talking about it, I'm recording this video. Maybe, it changed his life too. And I don't know, like, I've been thinking about that more and more recently, of just like how people can impact your life in just the smallest ways, negatively and positively. And, there's so many important people in my life. You've got family, friends, loved ones, but there's these like connections, these quick little connections, especially the way I've been traveling and just, all over the place and meeting people, and it just, I don't know, I'm realizing that these people, these interactions are changing my life. Yeah, it's not the like nomadic lifestyle that I'm living. It's not the mountains that I climb, the trails that I run or hike. It's not the photos that I take. It's the people that I meet. It's the interactions that I make. It's the memories that I'm creating, but for myself and for others. And I don't know, man. I'm just feeling really blessed to be here. It's the new moon in Sagittarius. I don't really fully understand what that means. I do know that on new moons, you're supposed to kind of set intentions. But I went to my favorite coffee shop, or at least one of my favorite coffee shops, one of the most impactful coffee shops of my life. I'll give them a shout out. It's House of Vibes in Silverthorne, Colorado. It's very woo-woo. It's very woo-woo. They got cool art in there, cool music, but they have a vending machine with tarot cards in it. And I've been coming here for, 4 years. Ended up getting to know like the old owner. But yeah, I don't know much about tarot either, but like I'll pull a card and then like I'll leave it in my car. Like that's kind of like my card for the season, my direction for the season. And I pulled one this summer in July, and it kind of played out true. And then so I figured, new moon, new season in time, and then also a new season in my life. Some things are changing and I feel them changing. And so I figured it's time for a new card. And so I ended up, pulling a new card, and I've been doing this thing with Daily Frame where I've been trying to find letters, just like in odd places, just individual letters, and photographing them. And so I usually pull either A or S, my initials. And so I pulled A. Took a photo of it too for Daily Frame, and but I pulled A out of the vending machine, and it was the Ace of Swords. And again, I don't know much about it, so I had to spend the greater part of an hour just looking it up online. But it's a good card. It's a good card for right now. I pulled that intention of, I pulled that card with the intention of, my life's journey or my life's path, and then also my spiritual path, and also like a literal path that I'm on. I've been really feeling like I love this nomadic lifestyle, but every once in a while I get this guilty feeling. I don't feel regret, but I get this guilty feeling that I'm just constantly traveling. I'm leaving my friends and family behind. I'm missing out on life moments just to do this. But this card was, basically saying, that things are going to start coming to fruition, showing me the true direction that, if you want to think of it as the vector or the linear path instead of the winding path. I really felt like this past year, I've just been a leaf in a river, and just kind of flowing with the current. And sometimes it's nice and gentle, and sometimes I'm going through class 5 rapids. But I'm going in the direction of the current. I'm letting things take me. If there's a fork in the river, I kind of have to pick a direction, but also that, the flow, the current kind of tells you which way to go. And I feel like I've been doing that this whole year. And again, not really regretting it. But I was talking with a friend last night about being very intentional with things, and I said I'm kind of the opposite right now doing that. Really not analyzing things, I'm just going with the flow. And I've been loving it, but pulling this card is saying that things are going to be more linear, more direct path. And I think that's cool. It alluded towards, or at least the way I interpreted it, that it doesn't mean that I'm going to settle down or come to the summit or back to the trailhead, or what's another metaphor? The final destination. It doesn't mean that this journey's over. It just means that maybe this part of the chapter is, or a new chapter is starting, but the same book, or at least the same story. And I'm stoked about that. I'm coming up on a year of traveling full time, and I want to at least make it to a year. I'd love to make it through the whole Daily Frame, which would put me in April, I want to say. And yeah, I don't know. I don't want to stop with that. So, one other thing I took from pulling the sword, the Ace of Swords, down, 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 down. Yeah. Down, 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 bow, bow. Ace of Swords, Ace of Swords. Bow, 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 bow. What was I saying? pulling the Ace of Swords, the sword is sharp and it's pointed, it's to the point. So I feel like direction, like I said, linear to the point. Sword also cuts. And so I see this as a time to cut old ties, old hang-ups. Definitely have some hang-ups that I've been dealing with, and time to cut and move forward. So Ace of Swords, moving forward into the winter, into the snow, into the snowstorm, into the unknown. But I do know. You know my path. My path is that way, straight ahead, and I'm following it. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Also, sorry this video sucks, but I dropped my Sony a7 IV in the Pacific Ocean last week, which is what I've been using for video. And I sent it out for repair. Hopefully it gets fixed, but I don't know, we'll see. But my backup camera, the a6600, which is a good stills camera, just doesn't really do good on video. So the old iPhone it is. Anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble, and see you next time.